Thank you all for joining us tonight for Brian Walker's Deer Island, one of our plays in the 5th season of Derby City Playwrights and our virtual playwriting festival that we are pulling off, premiering 8 new plays this weekend.
We're Derby City Playwrights. If you don't know who we are, we've been around for 5 seasons now. We are committed to the development of local playwrights and their plays. We spend an entire season working on a play with a playwright. We meet once a month for 10 months. We bring fantastic actors in from the community, and then we read the pages and we talk about them and give feedback to each other. So this is a really important part of the process for us to be able to present these plays to the community and get feedback from our peers and from our family and friends to help us sort of continue on the journey of this play and the next draft and the next evolution of what happens with the play.
Because of COVID-19 and the pandemic, all of these plays are online this year, which is necessarily the best way to do it. But if you do get a chance to watch it, they're all online for free. They're going to be up here for quite a while. So, if you don't get to catch it this weekend, catch them later. But if you do and feel able to, you can, there should be a button somewhere on this page. Make a small gift or donation, help us cover the cost for running this festival and this program. And we'll keep doing more new plays. But with that, please enjoy Brian Walker's Deer Island. Deer Island by Brian David Walker. Cast of characters: Joe, Timothy, Carla, Toni, Josh, and Lynne. A deer, a gun show guy, and a newscast. Time, place, and setting. The present, Louisville, Kentucky. The various settings include a living room, a hospital room, and an island of trees in the middle of an interstate running from Louisville to Cincinnati. Act 1, Scene 1. The end of a dinner party. The party is moved into the living room where Joe, Timothy, Carla, Toni, Josh, and Lynne drink wine and laugh.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
It sounds like you don't like him because he's gay.
That's not true.
Okay, well, that's just how it sounded.
I'm gay. Why would I say that?
I'm just making sure.
Okay, but I mean...
Don't.
Well, no, okay, we're all friends and family here. Don't back down just to be polite.
Polite?
We hate him, all right? He threw glitter last week. Glitter. All over the house. And everyone looked at him like he was nuts.
And he was just happy. Who cares?
It's just the whole Queenie thing. It makes us look...
He makes you look Queenie?
Okay, you know what I mean.
No, I have no idea what you mean.
Okay, like we were talking about, the bank factor.
The bank factor?
Yeah, like he throws glitter on national TV, and I go in the bank this week, and the lady behind the counter, she just sort of looks at me like I'm about to throw glitter on her, JCPenney standard, and I can't take it.
Are you being serious?
He's fooling our lip.
Make sure. Are you joking?
No, I'm not joking. I'm being serious. What about you guys? You're straight. What do you think?
Who are you talking about again?
Okay, they're not going to relate. They're not the straight people we're talking to. You all already love gay people. It doesn't matter what they do on TV. I'm talking about people who are on the fence or maybe undecided.
Why do you give a shit what they think anyway?
Okay, I don't. I just mean for the cause.
The cause?
For acceptance.
And what you're saying right now to us is that a gay guy throwing glitter in the air on national TV is hurting that cause?
Yes.
How do you know the woman at the bank even watches Big Brother?
Oh.
It's okay. It's just how I feel. I know it's not popular. It's just how I feel.
Did Josh tell you that I was
fucked up? Think about who we had when sorry. It's fucked up. Think about who we had on TV when we were kids.
Who?
Pedro.
Real World on MTV.
Did he die of AIDS?
Exactly. My point exactly.
I never heard of him.
Are you kidding? What were you doing in 1993?
Studying, duh. You were there. I didn't come out until college anyway. I would have ignored the whole thing on purpose.
Just like you did with the glitter gang.
I just don't like him. Sue me. This is America. I'm allowed to hate him if I want to.
Of course you are. I'm just surprised at why.
He's a conniving player. He's hateful. He'll never make it to the end. That's why we hate him.
Right, exactly. And it has nothing to do with all that.
If it makes you feel any better, glitter gay doesn't make me hate you any more or less. I already know you're an asshole.
We all look at each other for a moment and finally begin laughing. Joe and Josh share a high five.
Was almost in a wreck this week. Did you tell them?
Don't think I gotten around to it.
You said you would text everyone.
Oh yeah, I did. I texted everyone.
He didn't
Yeah, I got it. I'm sorry. I meant to text you and make sure everything was okay.
We didn't get a text.
Sorry, I could have sworn.
I almost died. I mean, no big deal, I guess, but
Oh my God, that's terrible. What happened? Where at?
Highway 71 up past the circle towards Cincinnati.
I'm not surprised. Was it a deer?
Yeah. How did you know that?
The only thing that causes accidents on that stretch of 71 is deer. Well, not the only thing, but the main thing. You're lucky. I've cleaned a lot of mess off that stretch of interstate.
I felt so bad for it. It looked small, like a baby. Well, not a little baby, but like Bambi just before he leaves his mother's age. And he came right out there. I mean, wanted whatever was on the other side. So I swerved to miss him, but it was too late. And then I ended up going too far and hit the grass.
Which mile?
Between 19 and 20.
You called it in?
Yeah, I had to. I bent my axle somehow. I was afraid to drive it home.
Did the deer make it?
No,
Oh, bastard.
it was just a little deer. It didn't know any better. I don't blame him. I felt bad for him.
Don't. No, you're lucky. A lot of people don't get out of that stretch as lucky. There's a huge ravine next to the road from 20 to 23. Or 20 to 21. Yeah, 20 to 21.
No,
Who came out?
it was a big guy. He said he knew you.
Oh, Hoffman?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I've been on vacation or I would have heard about it.
He was nice. Covered up the deer with a blanket while we waited for the tow truck so I didn't have to look at it. I asked him what they do with it, but
Fuck those deer. We keep a board up at work of the pics we take of the accidents. You're probably up there already. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, not to mention the injuries, broken necks, arms, legs. One guy was thrown from his car, but he was so drunk he got up and walked away. Somebody died in the ravine 2 years ago.
Why are there so many deer there anyway?
There's a 14-mile stretch of land on Highway 71 where the middle is completely isolated. You know what I mean? It's an island of trees, small ponds, fields, that only the width of space between the northbound and southbound sides of traffic, but goes on for 13 miles without an exit, an overpass or street or anything. The deer have taken over and just multiplied like New York City rats.
is this really a thing?
Oh, you bet it's a thing. A bunch of us on the patrol are actually in the process of drafting a petition for the state to have the whole area clear cut.
They should do that. I mean, I could have been killed.
Oh, I know. A few miles up and off into the ravine, and that's a drop. I had to go down there once, and I'm not excited to repeat the experience. Had to bring in a huge crane and construction crew and steel cutter. It was a mess.
What would happen to the deer?
What do you mean?
I mean, where would they go if you cut down their home?
Well, who cares where they go? It should have been left to go wild in the first place. There's plenty of land around here that's not on the top of a highway for them to go. It's been that way for years, and no one wants to do anything about it. And once a week, I'm out there, or one of my buddies, cleaning a dead deer off the highway, picking up plastic and metal, and sending some dumbass off in an ambulance.
That's my wife, you asshole.
No, not you. Obviously, you're not a dumbass. I love you, but some of these people,
You need some Xanax
I do.
or something. You're very edgy.
I'm sorry.
Have you cut off sex or something? Why aren't you blowing my brother?
I just blew him last night. It's not me.
I have the best friends and the best boyfriend in the world. Blowjobs aren't my problem. I'm not edgy. I'm just tired of cleaning up dead deer on the highway, and I don't think gay guys should go on TV and throw glitter. Are we pretty much caught up here? Let's move on, okay? Who wants more wine?
Timothy exits to the kitchen for a fresh bottle, re-enters and fills glasses.
Sorry about the wreck.
Yeah, me too. And for Timothy, he's moody tonight. I don't know why.
He seems normal to me.
Thank you. I just wish.
Maybe too much reality TV. It's summer. You should be outside doing something. When did you become such a couch potato anyway?
We're old. Give me a break. It's a good show. And I'm writing this summer. Well, I mean, I'm prepping for writing this summer. School just let out. I get to veg for a week or two first.
I think that's like the smartest thing ever invented. Giving teachers the summer off. It really is like this amazing built-in retention thing. I mean, who would walk away from that?
Poor people, maybe?
You're not poor.
Well, I don't have that zoo money. I know that.
Right. We're not rich.
We ought to go up to Iroquois and do some frisbee golf one day. We're doing a basement, and I've got a lot of it contracted out, which means I can get away for a few hours.
That sounds great, man. I haven't played since that last time with you. Like,
Don't say how long. You may like feeling old, but I'm not in the mood to feel old right now. All right, do we have any more wine?
Lynne calmly stands up.
I thought I was going to die, all right? I had a wreck and I thought I was going to die.
She sits back down. They all look at her for a moment.
Hey, we know nobody was.
I have this huge thing happen, and they all go on and on about this and about that, and I haven't even finished. I mean, I was still talking for once, just once in this group. It'd be nice for it to be about me for a change.
Hey, I'm sorry. I really am. I've driven that route a million times, and I know it's scary, but you just have to.
Timothy's just in a mood. You don't take him.
Lynne, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to upset you.
And I want to know something. What did they do with my deer?
What do you mean?
The one I hit, the one I killed. What did they do with her?
We have to hold it for 48 hours and then we throw it out in the dump.
Throw it in the dump?
What else will we do with it?
Eat it? It's perfectly good meat.
No, we wouldn't do that. That's stupid.
It's not stupid either. I was raised that if you kill something, you should use it.
Who wants to eat meat that's been mangled by some automobile? That's crazy talk, girl. Don't matter which tribe you hail from. There was this old country dude that hit one a few months back, and he fought about with us, like take the meat home with him. He had a big old buck though, so I guess I could see why he wanted it. But no, that meat's been tainted. Don't be stupid. No telling the chemicals and.
I'm not stupid.
Okay, I know you're not stupid, even if you say stupid shit.
Dude.
I need to use the bathroom.
Lynne runs off to the bathroom in tears.
You better lay off her. You're going to piss me off.
Oh, quaking, Josh. Literally quaking in my boots. Lighten up. I love Lynne. Who's up for Uno?
They all stare at him as if he's grown a second head as the lights fade to black. Scene 2. Lights up on Lynne. She is cutting and styling an unseen woman's hair.
They're my husband's friends, or my husband's family, really, since he doesn't have one. I mean, he's not an orphan or anything. His father ran off to Bowling Green with a babysitter, and his mother died of a broken heart about 6 months later. He never talks about it, and it's fine by me. Tragic. Here, put your chin down. There you go. He was in Boy Scouts with the one, so they've known each other for a long time. They grew up on the same street and all of that, and oh, yes, you know exactly. I forgot about her. Y'all still close? Oh, no, I didn't know that. So then his boyfriend or lover or whatever is a cop, and then the cop's sister is a lesbian, and she works at the zoo. I know, can you imagine how their parents feel? 2 out of 2, buttering on the other side. You don't hear about that very often. I will beat you with this comb, girl. And then her partner is some kind of animal activist. You are so dumb. I hate you. No, I mean, you're not wrong. It's a lot to keep up with. You ever around a group of people and you just know they all think you're dumb as a box of rocks? Right. Oh, I know. Yes, exactly. Head down. That's how they look at me. All of them. And they're all gay, which is fine. I mean, look what I do for a living. I don't care, and I never have, but they all seem to hate each other for being gay, or they hate being gay. I don't know. I just can't relate with what they go on and on about most of the time, and then they all sort of coddle me in between the real conversations they're having. It drives me nuts. And they love that I'm Cherokee. It makes them feel so smug to have a real live Indian around. Oh, I don't know. Not really. I'm just being shitty. Here, take a look at this.
He holds up a mirror and shows off a specific angle.
Is that what you're looking for? Okay, good. Let me clean it up. No, I don't know. When you fall in love with someone, there's always something that comes with it. My mom always says that every fairy tale has a wicked witch. You know, there's always a villain to the story. And if you think about it, it's mostly true. I mean, life needs bad in order to have good, you know? They're not that bad. It's nice to have people, even if they don't feel like my people. Oh, shut up. No, I haven't, but folks tell me that all the time. Lynne, you should write a book, a self-help book with all of your one-liners. Like I could help anyone. Do you have kids? No, but I want them. A bunch of them. Oh, I don't know. My whole life is going to change, and I can't wait. Then they'll take me seriously. Mark my words. You are so funny. No, I'm not saying anything quite yet. You know, you're smarter than folks give you credit for. Here, hold this a second.
She hands the mirror to the unseen customer as the lights fade to black. Scene 3. Joe, Timothy's living room. They're preparing for company, setting out snacks, lighting candles, etc. They are arguing.
She wouldn't even have known about it. What does she care?
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do. I do know that. She's a cunt.
All right, get it out. Get it out right now. You call her that when she gets here and she's liable to lay you out on this rug.
Yeah, I'd like to see that cunt try it. I'd kick her ass right in front of my sister.
Anything else?
Cunt. She's doing it because she fucking hates me.
Uh-huh.
She's always fucking hated me because Toni gives a shit about what I think, and that drives her crazy.
Starting a political action committee isn't like starting a Facebook page. It's a lot of work. You really think she'd go through all that trouble just to...
Yes, I do. In a second. She doesn't give a shit about deer. She fucking saves monkeys.
Chimpanzees.
Whatever.
She's an animal activist. That means all animals.
These deer are the spawn of Satan.
You need to relax.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I just get so, I mean, I don't get it.
I know. You feel better?
No. Yes.
You guys can discuss this, but don't go there. Do not call her a cunt, and I mean it.
I won't.
Fight your fight. I believe in you.
You do?
Yes, I'm on your side. As long as you don't call her a cunt to her face.
Okay, my biggest thing is I just want to know why. Why did she leave our house last month and decide to protect a group of deer she couldn't give two shits about? That's what I want to know.
So ask her.
I'm going to.
Do you want a drink?
The doorbell rings.
It's open.
Carla and Toni enter carrying a bottle of wine. Holding up the wine.
Hey guys, happy second Friday.
You should have stuck to chimps.
Timothy takes the bottle of wine from Toni and goes to exit for the kitchen.
I'll get the glasses.
He's gone.
Shit.
You better not with me. I mean it. I really, really mean it.
Hey, we just talked about this.
I don't care. He's acting like a child already.
This is going to be an interesting second Friday. What if maybe just the two of you take some time together to talk about it? That way the rest of us don't have to get involved.
Why? Everyone has taken sides. We might as well duke it out in front of everyone.
No one has chosen sides. I don't want to
He stops himself and he notices the bullshit look the women are giving him. Timothy re-enters with glasses.
I was kidding. It was a joke. Lighten up. Jeez. Seriously, everyone needs to lighten up. It's Second Friday. Let's have a drink. Let's chat it out.
He sets the glasses down and begins to pour.
Look, whatever happens, we're family, right? I mean, we care about different things, but ultimately, we care about each other.
Well, the way I see it is this. There's family, and then there's everyone else in the room.
The doorbell rings.
It's open.
Josh and Lynne enter carrying a bottle of wine.
Sorry, we're late.
You're fine. Good to see you guys.
Josh and Joe embrace. Joe takes the bottle of wine, sets it on the table, and pours the rest of the first bottle for Josh and Lynne. The group always splits a bottle of wine 6 ways, and they've all become experts at the pour amount. They all have a glass. They all simultaneously raise their glasses.
Cheers to Second Friday.
Cheers.
Cheers.
They all take a drink. Lynne only goes through the motions but doesn't drink. No one notices. There's a moment of silence.
Elephants.
Dear God.
Elephants?
That's right. You like animals, right? Well, there's an elephant right here in this room, and I say we let it out before we sit down and play Cards Against Humanity. It is my month to pick the game, and that was my picks, unless someone is going to lodge a protest.
No one does.
Great. Cards Against Humanity. But first, it's me and Carla's elephant.
Bring it. Let's go. Those deer have lived there for generations. Who the hell are you to say that they have to get out?
Are you guys still talking about that? It's over. I'm fine. I'd rather not even talk about it again. It was so horrible. I'm sorry I acted like a crazy person last month, but I'm over it, so let's move on.
Oh, but see, Carla can't move on, can you?
I'm only doing my job, just like you. Every time you respond to a call up there.
Your job is chimps, at least that's what I thought.
That was for my thesis that I did 2 years, and I did 2 years at Goodall in Gombe. And that isn't my life. I'm interested in social justice for all animals.
Oh, I'm sorry, but what do you have her doing at the zoo?
She's not working there full time. She's not a zoologist.
I know that. I'm not stupid. I know what my sister does, and I know what her partner does, and I'm sorry, I thought you were working with the chimps.
Freelance because of my time.
In Africa with chimps.
What does this have to do with me?
Nothing. It has nothing to do with you, and that's what I'm getting at. Just like it has nothing to do with her.
What were you doing at the zoo anyway? I'm sorry, you never really said.
Carla starts to talk, but Toni interrupts her.
We're not allowed to talk about it.
Not allowed to talk about it? You have top secret stuff going on at the zoo?
The community image and all that stuff. Look, there was a problem with a few of the chimps, and since I had done what I could do, I convinced the board to bring Carla in temporarily to help me with the situation. We dealt with that. It was similar in Gombe. And
So what? That was over, and you decided to fuck with me, right?
What are you talking about? I wasn't like looking for a way to fuck with you. Get over yourself.
Then why?
Do you even know how many committees I work on? Different issues across Kentucky alone?
I have no idea.
17 in Kentucky alone.
17 including Deer Island.
That's right. 17 including Deer Island. I'm sorry, it's not personal. I didn't like what I heard you saying. I have to do what I think is right, and Toni told me to go for it.
Oh, you did?
There is a moment of silence.
Bottle number 2 comes from us via Josh and Lynne from California.
Napa.
Very nice. Chardonnay from Napa. This is sterling gold, ladies and gentlemen.
He begins pouring out glasses. Everyone's is empty except for Lynne's, which hasn't been drunk at all.
I just said she should do what she believes. I mean, some of these committees are really important. Did you know there's a crane in the Land of the Lakes region that is almost extinct? And the state is trying to build all of these cabins and gift shops down there. I mean, that's really important work she's doing.
It's all important.
Oh, I know. But you know what I mean. Like, that crane is almost extinct. You're going to be down there a lot. I mean, that's what you said.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to be working on Deer Island too. I'm going to be there with a Parks and Wildlife Ranger next week.
Hey, don't get run over. You're liable to just sit there and bleed out.
Oh, I'll be careful.
So, just so I understand, you're trying to get the woods cut down,
That's right.
and you're trying to get it not cut down?
It's about protecting the community of deer that have been living there since the highway was constructed back in the 50s. It's possible there are a lot of things to learn. There's already evidence that the deer have an elaborate community.
You know I almost died, right? I mean, I could have totally died.
Yeah, but you didn't though. You're sitting there.
This is really good for $8. I mean, this is really tasty, and
Here, this last bit is yours. You haven't touched your first one.
Yes, I know. Thank you so much for pointing that out to me.
You okay tonight?
Fine, fine. I'm just fine.
You sure?
It's just always like so much drama. You can't get a word in edgewise over here.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to be a bitch. I was
No,
just...
it's not just you. I mean, it's all of you. I have always been the outsider of this group.
baby, no one thinks that.
They do too. I'm the most recent addition. You always say it.
Oh, I don't mean anything by that. I'm just saying.
But now I'm pregnant and I'm going to have your beloved Josh's baby, so I'm going to be expecting a bit more respect. I'm for real. I'm not going anywhere.
Everyone jumps up to congratulate Josh and Lynne, hugging them.
Holy shit, you're going to have a baby!
We love you. You know that, don't you?
You will now, won't you? You'll have to.
And if you need anything, don't hesitate, okay?
I won't. Thank you.
Wow, a dad.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I'm so happy for you.
They embrace.
A toast to you both. May your baby be beautiful and healthy.
They all raise their glasses to cheer and then drink.
Can I just say one more thing? And then we can put this whole thing to rest.
Way I see it, Josh and Lynne, just put it to rest. And I'm ready to whip your ugly ass in Cards Against Humanity.
You're such an asshole. You know that?
Oh, I can be when provoked. We'll see about that Parks and Wildlife visit.
It's already scheduled.
Hey, we'll see. You know, schedules change. I've got a few pots on the burners myself, Carla.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Will you find out the sex, do you think?
No.
Yes.
They both look at each other.
Oh.
We haven't discussed it yet.
How exciting. We're going to be gay uncles.
That makes us anti-gays.
They all share a laugh, except for Lynne. She doesn't find it amusing at all. The rest of them all take a drink and laugh as the lights fade to black. Scene 4. Lights on Timothy. There are red and blue police lights flashing, and he is speaking into a microphone being interviewed for the local news.
That's right. 2-car accident here at mile marker 20. We believe one of the passengers died on impact, and the other two drivers were airlifted out and are currently en route to the hospital. I don't have that information yet. Unfortunately, I can't give that information yet. Deer. The goddamn deer. They jump out in front of cars on purpose because there's so many of them hidden down in those woods, they don't have enough land. That's right. Deer, did I stutter? Why are you asking me again? Deer. They need to be cleared. This whole land needs to be clear cut and the deer removed, and it needs to be priority for local lawmakers to get it done. I started a petition. You can find the link at www.kentucky/oldhamcounty/deerpetition.com. This man shouldn't have died here. Second one in 2 years. It never should have happened. Not to mention the thousands and thousands of dollars in emergency services. This needs to be priority. Thank you for this opportunity to speak to you tonight.
Lights fade to black. Scene 5. Deer Island. Carla and Timothy sit on lawn chairs under a small lean-to covered with camouflaged awning. She holds a notebook and pen. There's a cooler between them. Silence. They sit and watch. They wait. Timothy breathes heavy and Carla gets annoyed. They wait some more. He reaches for the cooler. She lets out a large sigh of annoyance. He goes and purposely rattles the cooler, making a ton of noise, way more than necessary to open it.
Okay, fine. That's enough.
Sorry.
Oh, I bet you are.
Do you want
I don't want anything from you right now. Thank you very much. I want to sit here, make my observations, and be done with this.
hey, you're the one who wanted to come up here and
You know what you did.
what?
Stop. Please, do not bullshit with me.
I just don't see why.
Scared. That's why. That's why all the bureaucratic red tape and all the long wait and the petition to hold it off.
And you're here now, aren't you?
I was supposed to be up here 3 weeks ago. Time is so important when you're dealing with this destruction of a species habitat.
Procedure, okay? Not my fault.
You're right.
I have to follow procedures just like you do, just like everybody else, animal lover or not. You shouldn't get upset. You're gonna scare all the deer away.
She stops herself, takes a deep breath and another. She opens her notebook and writes.
Is that it then?
I guess so.
Fine by me.
He pulls something out of the cooler and puts it on her cup holder.
There.
You brought wine?
Joe packed it up for us. He's got some cheese and crackers and grapes. White for you, red for me, and these little bitty cardboard boxes. Have you seen these before?
Yes, I've seen them.
They're pretty good.
Joe's a really good guy. You're lucky to have him.
Oh, I know.
Timothy opens his and begins drinking. After a few more moments, Carla does too.
Not bad.
It'll do in a pinch, won't it?
It's very nice of him, but we're not out here to drink and have a good time.
Oh, have you been under the impression that I'm having a good time?
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something then. Why are you here? What are you doing?
Procedure.
Please don't say that word again.
It's the truth. It's
Stop. You are not procedure. You being here with me is not fucking like written down somewhere. So come on. You're scared, aren't you?
Of what? You?
That's right.
My petition is almost finished. I have about 200 signatures left, and I'm going to get those at the gun show at the fairgrounds next weekend. Then this will all be done.
You don't know that.
20,000 signatures, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
20,000 signatures is going to buy me a big old tractor and a big old open stretch of land and a little less time cleaning up torn steel and dead deer. You know what you need to do? You know what you need to do out here? Don't bother me anymore because I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You understand?
Fine, just shut up, okay? I'm done talking.
Oh, we're back to not talking again. That's fine. Okay, I can do that. You know I got the relocation all worked out too, right? Did Toni tell you about that?
Yeah, she told me.
I did that. Yeah, that was me. That's what got us the support of the senator, moving all those deer over to Butler State Park. I did that for you. Did Toni tell you that?
She said you said that.
I did.
Now I see. That's why you're here. You need my data.
We need to get a count. I mean, approximate count, of course. Not all the deer will make it, I imagine.
Unbelievable.
I have to get cost estimates. This guy Toni knows from the zoo, who's going to be doing the transporting.
Wait, the zoo?
Yeah, she gave me the number. I mean, she doesn't know the guy or anything.
She gave you a number for a guy to move the deer? She did that?
Hey, it's nothing about you. I told her I was just going to look in the phone book, and she freaked out. And she said at least she'd know who to.
Oh, I can't believe this. What am I doing here?
That's what I tried to ask you. This is almost done. I tried to tell Toni that.
Fuck you, all right? You got me stalled on purpose so you could work all of this shit out.
Procedure.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm doing my study, and I'm staying all night.
I figured you'd say that. Hence the cooler.
Noise, a crackle, a breaking branch out in the woods.
What was that?
Who goes that?
Oh my God. Shut up, please.
What kind of calls do deer make? Do they have like a
Deer communication is very delicate, very soft, only loud when in conflict, protecting their young or
Can you do it?
fuck off.
No, I'm serious. I want to hear it. Like, what if I hear it and you don't, and I don't know what it is?
It's not like a call. It's more like fine.
She does her best deer calling, mother calling her young. It is indeed soft and delicate. Timothy immediately begins laughing.
Fuck it. I hate you.
Ow, ouch.
I do.
I don't hate you. You know that, don't you? I mean, we talk a ton of talk, but you're Tony's girl. You always have been. I mean, I know I don't really know how to, like, I don't know, say things, but you make her happy, and that makes me happy. We don't have to be bosom buddies, right? I mean, you're for her, not for me. What do I care?
So then what you're saying is that you don't really like me after all.
What are you talking about? I just got through saying that.
Yeah, and then you just said what you said was that it didn't matter anyway because I wasn't yours or whatever the fuck you just said.
Angry Black Lady routine is not going to attract these deer, you know.
What did you say to me?
You're the one who wants to study them, see them, and they're never going to come over here.
Because I'm a black lady?
Oh, you are just in rare form tonight, aren't you?
Me? Are you wasted? I mean, how many of those have you had?
Oh, you're very touchy.
You are just so rude and you don't even realize it.
How am I rude?
This isn't some routine. This is me. How dare you? I am me, and this is me, and I ain't no angry black woman in some Tyler Perry movie, all right? You get it now? You need me to spell it out further for you?
No, I got it.
Good.
I'm sorry. I mean, really, you know, I didn't mean anything by it at all.
Just let it go.
I was just trying, you know, I don't know. I was just trying to connect.
Not gonna happen. Not by saying shit like that.
There is another crackle, a leaf or 12 over and over. Then the call, similar to the demonstration Carla did, but deeper, stronger, more menacing.
What was that?
Well, that couldn't have been a deer.
What else is out here?
Nothing that I know of. Who the fuck knows, though? Nobody's ever actually been out here other than to pull folks out of that ravine down over there. There's the prison up a few miles.
What does that have to do with anything?
Could be somebody that escaped hiding out or something.
Do you have a gun?
Of course I do.
Crackle gets louder and closer until they see it, a deer approaching them.
Is that? It's just coming right this way.
They both jump up.
Who is that? Stop right there.
They're not stopping.
Who is that? Answer me.
Out of the shadows, a deer approaches them and stops just before them, echoing like thunder.
Come with me right now.
Timothy screams like he's one of those Nev Campbell movies. A deer runs off. Carla grabs his hand and begins to pull him towards the deer.
What are you doing?
We don't have a choice.
She pulls him forward and he reluctantly follows her. Blackout. Scene 6. Lights on Lynne.
I'm dreaming all the time now. I never dreamed before I got pregnant. Well, I guess that's not true. Of course I dreamed. I must have. I mean, everyone dreams, don't they? But never remembered any of them. People will always say all my life, I had the strangest dream last night and you were there and we did this and so on and so on. And I would just shake my head. Yes, okay, I understand. But I never did. I do that a lot. Pretend to understand. I'm not stupid. There's just a lot of things that people say that I just don't get. all of the time, every day, all day long. I don't get what a political action committee is or what they do. Like, I don't get how a law gets passed or how you would even go about getting an area of the highway clear cut. Like, I don't get why a person would bother to get married to someone else and then go behind their back and fuck another person. Cake and eat it too, my mom used to say. But now I'm dreaming and I can remember the dreams when I wake up the next day and I get it. I remember I'm with my baby. My baby, the deer. My baby is a deer. You understand what I'm saying? She's wrapped in a baby blue blanket at first. I hate pink. I'm walking with it, feeding it from my tit, reading it to sleep, and suddenly she's growing up. And I'm carrying on and mothering her like nothing is wrong at all, cooking for her and tucking her in at night as she gets bigger and bigger and bigger, like everything is totally normal. Eventually, I drop her off at school and everyone laughs at her because she's a deer and they're not, and they don't understand. She walks proudly up the walk to go inside. I just sit in my car, looking out the window, smiling at how beautiful she is. Just before she's gone, she turns to me and I give her an encouraging look, and it's enough to make her know she's good enough. I don't pretend. I feel it with every part of me. And then I wake up and I remember. And I feel good, and I keep thinking of her all day long.
Lights fade to black as she holds on to her belly and half smiles and half is terrified. Scene 7. Lights come up on Joe and Timothy's place. Joe, Toni, Josh, and Lynne sit with the usual accompaniments, glasses of wine, cheese, and crackers. Lynne has a smoothie. They sit in silence for seconds.
I appreciate this. It's good. You didn't have to go through the trouble.
No trouble. You like it?
No.
It's good.
Good.
Silence. Wine drinkers take swigs around. More silence.
I think I have to go to the bathroom.
Lynne nervously gets up and exits to the bathroom.
How's she doing? The baby and everything.
She's doing really good. Really good. I think she's ready to just go ahead and have the thing though. It makes her have to pee a lot.
I bet. I couldn't imagine this little thing growing inside of me, pushing on my bladder constantly. It makes me gag just thinking about it.
She really okay?
She's fine.
He's lying. They know, and he lets it sit there for a moment.
This wasn't a good idea for any of us. Do you think I should be at home in case something happens?
If something happens, we'll know about it.
I know, but just sitting around doing nothing is driving me crazy.
What else are we supposed to do?
I can't do this. I can't just sit here and drink wine. I'm going into work.
Don't leave. I don't want to be alone right now.
Hey, we're here.
You know what I mean. Like family.
I thought we were family.
Of course we are. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm half drunk and completely terrified. I'm sorry, but don't leave.
More wine then.
Josh grabs another bottle and pours.
We've been going to these mommy and daddy prenatal yoga classes just to make sure Lynne is relaxed and the baby.
I'm sorry. I just really don't give a fuck right now.
Hey, come on.
I don't. I'm not even going to sit here and pretend like I do.
Silence. Lynne re-enters and sits.
So what is the investigator saying?
Toni screams at the top of her lungs and chugs the remainder of her wine. Lynne jumps.
Oh God, you scared the shit out of me.
Well, excuse the fuck out of me.
We don't want to talk about it, okay? Nothing has changed.
Nothing?
Nothing.
I'm sorry. We just hadn't said anything about it yet, and I was sitting in the bathroom thinking, God, I don't want them to think that we're being rude because we haven't asked yet, so I just came out here and asked. I didn't mean to upset you.
Don't you talk to your wife?
Of course I talk to my wife.
Not about this. We haven't talked about this.
You haven't talked about this?
Not since I found out that he fucked some dumb bitch at his cousin's house a couple of weeks ago. We've been talking about other stuff, haven't we, honey?
We're not talking about that here.
Did you all know he cheated on me?
Of course not.
Because his cousins did. Shared a meal with me and everything and didn't even say a word. So loyal.
Why are you even here? You don't need to be. It sounds like you've got plenty to deal with on your own.
I don't know. I wanted to make sure you all were doing okay. I've never known anyone who went missing before, and I'm not sure what to say.
That's okay. You don't have to.
And honestly, I mean, if I'm being honest, like totally honest, I wanted to see if you knew. I planned on making sure to look at both of your faces when I told you so I could read if you knew or not, but I got all swept up in the moment and I forgot to really look, and now it's too late.
You all need to go. You've got a lot of nerve bringing this bullshit into my house today.
You don't have to talk to us like that. You all aren't the only ones going through the shit right now.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Lynne, will you please excuse the fuck out of me? They're missing. You get that, you dumbass bitch?
I'm leaving. I don't deserve this abuse. You're not going to talk to me like this. You'll affect the baby. I can feel her kicking. She's upset.
She'll be fine. She's fine. Let me get her home. Get you home.
You're going to let him talk to me like that?
He's upset.
Don't touch me. I can do it myself.
Josh and Lynne rise to leave.
Look, I'm sorry. We both are. We're really, really sorry that you guys are going through this.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. You didn't mean it. You're upset.
I'm sorry.
She ignores him.
Something is bound to turn up. Two people don't just disappear.
48 hours. You know what they say about...
I'm sorry.
Are we leaving or not?
Yes. We're going.
Thank God.
They are at the door.
I really am.
Lynne opens the door. Timothy and Carla stand on the other side. They look like zombies. They are soiled and filthy and look terrified. Lynne screams. Joe and Toni immediately run to their partners and bring them into the house. Lynne is terrified and retreats into Josh, who considers leaving but waits.
Oh my.
What happened? What's happened here? Where have you been?
What? Baby, where were you?
Dear Island.
They swept it. They said they turned it upside down. How did they not see you?
Carla whispers something in Toni's ear.
Oh, God. How?
Talk to you, wow.
What did you say?
Talk to you, wow.
Lights fade to black. End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 8. Lights on Timothy and Carla. It's the next day, so their appearance is cleaned up and rested. They sit at a table and answer questions from an unseen interviewer. These are two separate interviews presented at the same time.
I don't remember. No, I don't remember that either.
It was night. We'd already been out there a few hours at least, so probably midnight, 1 a.m.
We had a cooler, yes.
Not that much. I mean, nothing crazy. We weren't having a bender in the woods, if that's what you're trying to get at.
I had maybe one glass or box of wine and cheese.
I don't remember. I wasn't driving, so I wasn't paying attention. 3, maybe 4.
It doesn't have anything to do with it.
Well, what's normal for you and what's normal for me is different, and that's what's great about America.
It came out of nowhere.
I'm not getting testy. I'm just saying.
It was a deer.
It was a deer.
It wanted us to follow it.
At first, Carla was scared and she didn't want to, but I told her I'd keep her safe and that we should investigate.
He was terrified. He screamed like Nev Campbell in one of those slasher movies.
It told us to follow it.
Not like it came from the deer. It was echoing, like it was coming from somewhere else.
The deer was the emissary.
That's right.
I know how it sounds, all right. She said the same thing, didn't she?
Didn't he?
I know how it sounds.
So we followed it into the ravine.
We couldn't see shit. Couldn't see the moon from the trees, and when we got to the bottom, we both fell asleep.
We basically collapsed down into the brush. I remember being so tired suddenly.
Fucking Wizard of Oz, are you trying to piss me off?
No, I don't remember smelling anything weird.
I woke up several hours later, and there were deer everywhere.
There was a glow, not from the moon. We couldn't see the moon, but there was a glow coming from something we couldn't see, the deer.
I've never seen so many deer in one place in my entire life.
And they were calm. Some were sitting, there were babies, and there was a large buck, and they were watching us.
They watched us, and we watched them for what felt like forever.
It was a moment in time I'll never forget as long as I live. It was real. I know it was real.
It was as real as you and me sitting here right now.
And then the voice again.
The voice, it bellowed out over everything like it was coming from the sky.
Leave this place and don't come back ever.
Leave this place and don't come back ever.
I'm sorry.
The deer all took off in all directions at once.
All I wanted to do was to leave, but I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe.
And I saw this figure, this woman with the head of a deer.
I didn't see anything else. I passed out.
Because she had tits, that's how I know.
No, I didn't see that. Like I said, I had...
With the head of a deer, with the head of a deer, that's right. That's what I said.
I dreamed of the deer on the highway, and I don't remember even waking up.
She was coming towards me with her arms raised, and I must have passed out because that's it. That's all I remember until we both woke up.
We must have laid there for over 24 hours, sleeping and dreaming. There was a wet wreck. That's what woke us up.
We both woke up at the same time, crash on the highway. Big surprise, I know. And it was daylight, and there wasn't anything else but us. I could see the fender of a Kia that we hadn't completely cleared a couple months back.
So we got up.
And we crawled out of the ravine and up to the highway, and I saw the traffic was already starting to back up. Fender bender, nothing too major, but a report would have been filed.
I realized I had these bite marks on my legs, but I don't remember getting bit. Nothing too deep, barely broke the flesh.
Yes, I sustained injuries.
Nothing like Timothy.
My pinky toe was missing.
No, there wasn't a scar. It's like you'll have to talk to him.
It's like it was never there.
All of our stuff was gone when we went back to the camp.
I have no idea.
Like we had never been there.
Didn't think of anything of it. I thought maybe they'd cleared our camp for evidence.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea. There was one more thing, like a whisper. I could hear it behind everything else. Not anymore, but for a few hours after we pulled ourselves out of there.
He heard something.
I don't know where.
I didn't. He did. He told me.
Takti wow.
Takti wow?
Takti wow.
Takti wow.
Blackout. Scene 9. Joe and Timothy's apartment. Joe sits on the couch with a magazine. The doorbell rings. Joe goes to open the door. Carla enters.
Hey,
Hey,
how's it going?
fine. Is he ready?
No.
What do you mean, no?
Where's Toni?
She's in the car. We thought you'd be ready.
We're not going.
What do you mean you're not going? We have to get those signatures. We have to get that. We have a booth and everything.
I gotta be here for Tim right now.
The gun show was his idea.
That was before.
Before what?
You know what?
Carla goes to the door and motions Toni to come in from the car.
This is bullshit, Joe. This is total bullshit.
Don't yell.
Where's Timothy? Is he even here?
He's in bed.
Go get him.
Toni enters.
No.
What's the problem?
They're not coming.
What do you mean you're not coming?
He's not taking this well. He doesn't think the same way about things.
Doesn't think what? This needs to be done now more than ever.
Doesn't think.
Go get my brother. This is bullshit. I'm not going to stand here and talk to you about this. Timothy, get down here.
He's not.
Timothy enters.
Don't talk to him like that. He's just trying to help.
We need to go get those 200 signatures. We need to get those deer out of that place.
I think I've changed my mind about that. She doesn't want them to leave.
Who?
You know who.
No, I really don't.
Talk to...
That's enough.
No.
They stare at each other a few moments. Carla doesn't even ever want to talk about it again. Timothy can't think of anything else.
So what? You're connected to the deer all of a sudden?
I'm connected to her.
I didn't see anything like that.
So?
So maybe it was something else. Maybe you were drunk.
I wasn't drunk.
Then who knows? But what you're saying is crazy. And it wasn't what I saw. And your sister is really worried about you.
Don't worry about me.
Maybe you should go and talk to somebody.
I was there too. There wasn't anything like that.
What about the voice?
I don't know about the voice.
You heard it too.
I don't know what I heard. There's no telling.
Okay. Has she been coming to you the way she's been coming to me?
What are you talking about?
At night. Every night this week. In fact, she's come to see me. Has she come to see you?
No.
Well, she's come to see me and she doesn't want to leave that place. If I don't know anything and I'm crazy right now, I know at least that much. That, and I'm glad that she hasn't tried to take anything else.
They all sort of let that sit there a moment.
What you're saying is crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Joe, are you listening to this?
I've been listening to this all week.
And you're not concerned?
Of course I'm concerned. What kind of question is that?
I'm not crazy. You're a bitch, but I'm not crazy.
Okay.
Once they're transferred, you're going to realize
It's that land. There's something about that land. Did you know that was sacred land before I-71 clear cut through it? Shawnee tribal hunting lands that went back centuries.
How do you know that?
She told me, and then I Googled it.
Have you gone in for your evaluation yet?
Yes.
And?
They didn't find anything.
They told him to get some rest.
And what did they say about your toe?
No explanation. X-ray didn't show any sign of trauma. It's like it was never there.
Beat. They all let the information sit there for a moment.
But it was.
I know.
Maybe find somebody you could go to and talk to about all this.
I don't need to go talk to some shrink. I know what I saw. I'm not crazy. We stop this, it all goes away. She said so. I made a mistake. I should have never interfered.
You're not crazy. We know you're not crazy.
But now, this week, last night, she hasn't stopped.
Beat. They all stand in a chilled silence again. Finally, Carla laughs.
It's not funny.
I know. That's why I'm laughing. This can't be happening. You're hallucinating, having some sort of post-traumatic stress thing. I've had some weird dreams too.
And my toe?
I don't know about your toe, all right?
The phone rings. Joe recognizes the tone and goes to find his phone. He answers.
What's up?
Maybe if we can move them, show them the new home, it'll stop.
We need to finish what you started. You believed in this, and
Oh, Jesus, no, no. What happened?
I was wrong. This won't stop until their threat is stopped. We can't do anything else. We just need to let the petition die. She'll know when it's time, and she'll go back to the island, and we'll just leave them there.
Look, I've worked with animals a long time. I've seen a lot of stuff. I want to protect these deer. You said yourself there's too many for that small amount of land, and they're forced to hurl themselves out onto the highway.
It's the price, the toll for building the highway through there to begin with.
No, I can't accept this. Get the whole herd moved and protected on a huge state park with miles and miles of wilderness in either direction. That's what we need to do.
She won't leave. Ever. Don't do this. Please.
We'll meet you there.
He hangs up the phone.
That was Josh. He's at the hospital with Lynne.
what happened?
There was a ton of blood.
I have to go back to bed.
I was going to go. You want to come with me?
No, I don't. I need the rest. Doctor said so. Skip the gun show, tear up the petition. For me.
No, I can't do that.
Do I?
If you know anything about me at all,
Then I'm going to have to figure something else out.
He exits to the bedroom. Joe begins gathering things to leave.
Do you all want to come with me? Josh sounded panicked.
I'm sorry. We're going to go to the show and get the signatures. We've already paid for the booth.
It's Josh and Lynne.
we have a booth. We have to be there.
He saw something out there, and I believe him. If he says they should stay, he must have a good reason.
You need to get my brother to a doctor. If he has some sort of concussion or something.
Don't do this. He's asked you, pleaded with you to stop, and I think you should.
No. Come on. We're going to be late.
She exits. Toni looks at Joe. She wants to say something else, but figures it's pointless, and she exits.
I'm going to the hospital. I'll call later.
No response from Timothy.
Please come with me.
I can't right now, Joey.
I'll be back. I'll call to see if you need anything.
No response.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you for having my back.
I love you.
I love you too.
Joe exits the house and shuts the door behind him. After a moment, we hear the soft call of a deer. It gets louder and the door swings back open. Blackout. Scene 10. Lights on Timothy. A woman with a deer head dances around him, stalking him.
The myth is real. I looked it up online and found pages and pages of stuff, sightings, accounts from all over the South and Southwest, Oklahoma as far as south as Mexico.
She sniffs at his feet.
The deer woman, or some call her deer lady. The elders always call her Taktiwao.
She howls and begins circling him.
This one video on YouTube had an elder from a tribe in New Mexico, and he kept saying over and over, don't look her in the eyes. Whatever you do, don't look her in the eyes.
She stops directly in front of him and tries to make eye contact. He resists.
Like, this is real. All of these people, they've all seen her, and now I've seen her.
She lunges in to grab him. He dodges her.
Something strange happens, and it unearths this whole underbelly of what's actually going on in the world, and it makes me think what else I don't know about.
She lunges again. He dodges her.
All of them. All of the myths involve aspects of fertility and of a warning of things to come. In many accounts, she murders the man she's come into contact with. She hunts him until he's driven insane. In others, he does what she's come to make him do, and she lets him go. She always takes a token, a souvenir, sometimes two, sometimes more.
She lunges and attacks his throat, and he falls back onto the ground as she begins to feed. Blackout. Scene 11. Lynne lies on a hospital bed. Joe and Josh stand at the end of it. They speak in hushed tones.
She probably won't wake up for several hours, is what they said.
Don't they wake you up like every 15 minutes at the hospital?
I don't know. I've never stayed overnight at one.
Me neither. I heard that though.
Thanks for being here.
Of course.
Did they hassle you when you tried to get in?
I told him I was family.
You are, so that's not a lie.
Does she know?
I think so. She was pretty hysterical when they sedated her.
I'm so sorry.
Joe takes his friend and holds him. Josh begins sobbing. Joe squeezes him tighter.
She's going to be so...
I know.
She's never going to be able to do anything ever again. This is going to crush her.
You don't know that. She's tough. She'll bounce back.
She's not tough.
Come on. That girl is tough. I've never seen anyone play Trivial Pursuit the way she does. The way she stands up for all of us.
Not for stuff like this.
It'll take time.
I know. Do you think I made a mistake?
With what?
With marrying her?
I don't think we should be talking about this here.
Why not?
Because I don't know, she's right there.
I thought when we got pregnant that things would start to get fun again. That we'd have something new and it would really spark that fun back up. You remember how much fun she was?
Oh yeah, of course.
I haven't had fun in so long. Fun like we used to.
There's been a lot going on. It doesn't mean the good times won't come back.
You think they will?
Yes, of course they will.
Yeah. You and me used to have fun, didn't we?
We always had fun.
You remember that summer we thought we were going to be lovers?
We definitely should not be talking about that here.
We were so close that summer. You know that summer I'm talking about.
Of course, I know the summer that you're talking about.
I thought I was gay for like that whole summer. Then we went back to school and I don't know.
You decided not to be gay?
No, I didn't decide. It just happened. Life happened. I met Shannon.
Shannon. Don't fucking talk about Shannon either. What's the matter with you tonight?
I don't know. I'm just feeling really honest and remembering things. I remember that summer and I see you and Timothy, and I think that if I went down the wrong road, like, you know, the road less taken and all that shit. But what if there were two roads for me that summer and I went down the wrong one?
I thought you and Lynne were happy.
We were. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm in shock. I was going to have a baby, and now I'm not. And I'm like, what the fuck do I need her for anymore?
Joe grabs him.
Don't say that. Do not say that.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Josh leans in and kisses Joe. Joe does not resist. They haven't kissed since that summer, but there's something familiar and easy about it. Josh stops and pulls back.
Don't do that again.
I won't. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
There's just this whole world now that's like, it's like there are all these possibilities now that I didn't have this morning when I woke up, and I don't know what to do.
I think you need to get some sleep.
I can't leave her.
I'll stay with her. You should get some sleep. She's going to really need you when she wakes up in the morning.
You do that for me?
Of course I would.
I love you. You're my best friend.
And you're my best friend.
Tell her I'm sorry.
You'll see her. Come back first thing.
I will. But in case she wakes up before I get back, tell her I'm so sorry. Okay?
Of course.
Thank you.
Be careful getting home.
I will. And Joe,
Yeah?
I'm not gay. Just so you know.
I know.
But I don't think I'm this either.
Get some sleep and I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Josh exits. Joe makes himself comfortable and takes out his phone. He dials Timothy but gets his voicemail.
Look, I know you're tired and probably sleeping, but something bad has happened to Lynne and Josh, and I'm staying the night at the hospital, and I didn't want you to worry, but I also wouldn't mind seeing you. If you wanted to come up, you could tell them your family and at least come back to the lounge area and we can have coffee or something. I love you.
He hangs up the phone and continues looking at it for several moments, hoping to get a call back. He wipes the kiss from Josh off his lips. Lights fade to black. Scene 12. Carla and Toni at a table at the gun fair. They both hold clipboards and try to get signatures.
If we can just clear the land and move the deer. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Could I ask you about something? Oh. Okay.
Ma'am, have you ever taken I-71 to Cincinnati? I'm not selling anything.
A highway clear cutting for safety. That's what this is about.
Why is everyone being such assholes?
This was a mistake. People don't care about this here. They're trying to get new guns.
No, your brother knew what he was doing when he set things up to have the booth here. These are people that should be for what we're trying to do, right? I'm not being a total asshole stereotype here, am I?
Do you think it's because we're women?
Toni, look around. There are women everywhere. Hell, there are more pink handguns on the table over there than there are black ones. That's not it.
Could I just have a minute of your time? Did you just spit? What is wrong with you?
There's something else. It's like they're purposefully trying to avoid us, like we have the plague.
Fucking dykes.
What did you say? Hey, come back here. Come say it to my face.
It's not that we're women. It's because we're gay. We should go. I don't feel comfortable here.
It's not like we have a sign up like, look, we're gay. How would they even know?
Take your water park to San Francisco. We don't want it here.
Fuck you, all right? Fuck you.
Carla.
What is he even talking about?
Who knows? Who cares? We're leaving. Come on, grab our pens.
The table they are standing at flips over and pens fly everywhere.
Jesus Christ, what is the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? Oldham County is for families, not queer travel destinations.
Look, I think you're confused about what we are doing.
We're trying to clear cut land in between.
Rapid gunfire being shot into the air. Carla and Toni fall to the ground and hide behind the fallen table. They're not being shot at, just someone playing a joke. Laughter is heard from unseen small crowds that have formed around them.
We just want to move the deer to safety. What's wrong with that?
We all have seen the news. We know what you're really doing. We're going to have to ask you to leave this gun show right now before we start to have some trouble.
What news? What are you talking about?
We just want to move the deer.
That's bullshit and you know it. Here, I've got the story right here. Shared it on my timeline and it's going viral. I know a lot of people in Oldham County and we're not going to take this lying down. They're all sharing on their timeline too. Jig is up. We know what you're up to. And you should be just ashamed of yourselves. You give an inch and you take a mile. Ain't that right? Now get your stuff together and get out of here before this crowd turns violent.
Toni begins collecting everything and putting it all in a box. Carla takes out her phone and brings up her newsfeed, clicks around a bit and sees something.
Oh my fucking God, that piece of fucking shit. Stop for 2 seconds and look at this.
Toni stands up and they look at Carla's phone together as we hear a newscast begin.
Breaking news coming out of Oldham County. Highway Patrolman Will Davos has uncovered a plot by a local environmental justice agency to clear-cut land in Oldham County to build a lesbian water park on state land obtained from an incorrectly executed auction last year. The activists can't be reached for comment, but sources close say they plan to have the water park open by next spring as part of a lesbian-only travel destination in the Bluegrass. The park's said to include 7 state-of-the-art water slides.
More rapid gunfire into the air. Toni screams. The crowd laughs.
We're leaving right now.
Toni grabs her box and is gone. Carla goes to follow her and turns to unseen crowd.
You people are all so stupid. Lesbians hate water parks.
She quits after Toni as the lights fade to black. Scene 13. Lights on Joe and Timothy's place. Toni, Carla, Joe, and Timothy sit in silence around an empty bottle of wine, drinking. After a few moments, Carla begins laughing. Timothy joins her after a few beats. Toni and Joe join in, and they are all cackling like a bunch of hyenas that just gutted dinner. They begin to gain composure.
The Oldham County all-girl, all-lesbian water park coming spring 2020.
They all begin laughing again.
I'm sorry.
I will always hate you for that. You know that?
You hate me anyway.
That's not true. It wasn't true. I don't care what you think. I've never hated you.
But you do now.
Yes, and I will for a while.
That's fair, but I love you very much. I love you both.
Hey, what about me?
I love you too very much.
You better.
They drink, they think. Timothy almost cries, but he keeps his composure.
The 7 state-of-the-art water slides was a good touch.
They all laugh together.
Thank you.
It's over.
It's all over.
You promise?
Yes.
Good. I need to focus on my cranes anyway.
Go save the cranes. Leave the deer to me. I'll keep them safe.
You promise?
I'm going to try.
Should have stayed out of it from the beginning.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that, please?
Fuck off.
That's what I thought you said. For the record, it's what I should have done too, just left it. Some things should just be left alone. Most creatures can handle things on their own. The good thing is they're raising the fence line along that stretch by 8 feet, creating a small outlet to divert them safely if it gets too crowded.
Then that's a win for everyone, right? They stay, they're better protected.
Yep, you're right.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. I owe you one.
They smile at each other, they clink their glasses, and drink.
She'll be pleased.
They all look at him and let the comment linger there like a haunting. They drink.
Heard from Josh yet?
Oh, nothing.
He's not coming back, is he?
I don't know, but I don't think so.
How you gonna do that? I just don't see how he could do that.
I don't know.
I wonder what happened.
I have no idea.
You mean besides losing his child?
Just never would have imagined Josh doing something like this. He's such a nice guy.
Grief makes people do crazy things.
Something else must have happened.
We may never know.
What an asshole.
Oh, come on. This is Josh.
I don't give a shit. I'm done with that little bastard. You don't do that. He better not show up here.
As if on cue, the doorbell rings.
Oh God, if it's Josh, tell him to run while he still can.
Joe goes to answer it. Lynne enters carrying a baby deer wrapped in a blue blanket. They're both covered in dirt and blood.
Lynne, are you okay? What is this?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Look, the gang's all here. Well, not everyone. We seem to be missing someone, aren't we? I wanted to show everyone my baby, my new baby that I got myself. I went to the woods and I found her and I brought her back here. She's my consolation prize, but not to me. To me, she's first prize all the way forever.
Lynne, what have you done?
She's mine.
You can't do that. It's illegal. Where's her mother?
I killed her. I had to. She wouldn't give her up, but she's mine. She has no one like me, but now we have each other.
Give me the baby.
No, she's mine. Has anyone seen Josh? My husband, Josh, has anyone seen him? I really thought he'd be here. Isn't that funny? Drinking wine and laughing at all of your jokes.
We've not seen him, Lynne, and we're sorry.
That's funny, isn't it? You're sorry? What's that going to do?
We want to help you, Lynne, with whatever you need. You haven't returned any of my messages.
Fuck your messages!
Okay, now calm down. We want to help you. Why don't you sit down?
You know what? I think that I will. I have to nurse. She's getting hungry.
She makes her way over to sit down. They all stare at her in shock as she sits and begins nursing the baby deer.
Do you want...
Oh my God, you can't.
Any wine left for me? Though I really shouldn't now that I'm breastfeeding, but they say that you can just pump and dump. Have you ever heard of that? I'll have it once we're done.
Sweetie, why don't you give us the deer?
No!
Lynne knocks over the table and wine glasses crash to the floor. Timothy stands and goes to the corner of the room and watches the front door. He senses something.
Wasn't yours to take.
Yes, it was!
There's a loud screech, followed by a chilling howl. Everyone stops. A woman with a deer head wrapped in blankets stands in the doorway. She howls again and points to Lynne with the baby deer.
No, please. I'll love her and make her so happy. I promise you.
Timothy goes to Lynne and takes the baby deer. Lynne puts up a small fight, but ultimately she gives it up. Timothy brings the baby to a woman with a deer head and hands it to her. She thanks him, and he bows to her as she disappears.
Up to you.
Carla and Toni go to Lynne to comfort her. Timothy shuts the door. Joe goes to him and puts his arm around him. Timothy shivers as a woman with the deer head howls again. Lights fade to black. End of play. Well, we've just seen a reading of your play Deer Island, and now that audiences have had a chance to see this fantastic play put up with these great actors, do you have any questions or feedback that you would like specifically from the audience?
I would love to get any feedback that hits people. Anything that people liked or didn't like is helpful to me. Anything that maybe it took you out of the play and you thought, oh, that's not, or oh, that's weird, and it made you come out of the story and kind of get into your head. That would be something important for me to know. I'd also love to hear how I can so with the Black Lives Matter movement, it's really made, thankfully, a lot of us to really think about race a lot more. Even those of us who feel liberal and we're not racist and all of that, the last couple of months have caused, I think, a lot of us to really reflect on sort of moments of micro racism maybe that we are guilty of and that we weren't even realizing of. And I think what I'm trying to touch on when I'm talking about sort of racism in this play is those moments of micro racisms where it's not people that are cussing each other and calling each other horrible racist names. It's those moments where people that love each other are in each other's lives for whatever reason, that they say something ignorant and they don't realize how it comes across to someone of a different race. And I feel like I just sort of tip in, and I'm wondering if anyone has any thoughts on either things that maybe I've not done correctly, or maybe B, how I could maybe get more of my foot into that conversation, because I think it's really important, and it's definitely something that's a important part of this play, but I feel like it only rises to the surface of the play a couple of times. So I'd love to hear people's thought on that. And looking at my notes here. Yeah, I feel like there's something else to be said about Timothy and Carla. I want to see them sort of come together, and I want to see Timothy. I want to see Timothy held a bit more accountable for his micro racisms or his comments that he doesn't realize how they're coming across, and that's not there towards the end of the play. So I'd love any feedback or comments on how people see that, maybe how that could happen as well. Is that it? Is that all you're gonna say?
That's it.
I also, like, I'm going to keep all this in because I also want to say thank you so much to my actors. It was just really special to see these folks read this play and keep theater alive right now during the time of COVID, where we're all sort of not knowing what to think about anything anymore. So thank you for theater artists. Thank you for actors. Thank you for specifically these actors. I really appreciate you all.